Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. You wouldn't believe how much my 2-year-old loves Beastie Boys. He asks for the robot song several times per day, meaning Intergalactic, of course. And he gets so sad if we don't play it. But clearly, I need to expand my Beastie Boys listening possibilities. So I'm going to start with your most requested song. Let's get to it. Oh, there's some loud hits. Oh my gosh, this music video is amazing. And I know a lot of y'all specifically asked for the music video. It's I guess some sort of commentary on some of the old cops films. It looks like it's even set in LA. Is that right? I thought the LA skyline at one point. Well, we'll find out. Oh, look at that. I think we're in LA, y'all. I might be wrong. Pretty sure it looks like LA to me. Old cop video. But one of the things that I found most interesting when reading a little bit of background about this video, since you guys really asked for specific this one, apparently it was directed by Spike Jonze. I might be saying his last name wrong. But that's the person that I associate with Her, which I think was just a fantastic film. And I was like, whoa, he was doing this back then? That's crazy. That's so awesome. So I'm very excited to see where it goes. Already getting some tickles from the incredible mustaches. Super jerky camera. That vocal entrance has so much aggression and punch to it. It immediately brought to mind Rage Against the Machine. I really think that Zach has a lot of pent-up energy in his vocals in particular. But overall with Beastie Boys, there's so much more fun, right? It's very lighthearted overall. It feels, at least Intergalactic feels that way. It feels so far with the music video that we're seeing that this is also going to be lighthearted, despite some somewhat heavy lyrics. I'm curious. Whereas Rage Against the Machine is like, oh man, almost always leaves you with a fiery pit in your stomach. So anyhow, this first entrance, it's like, what if Rage Against the Machine had a little bit more punk in it? Oh man. I would really love to know if you're in live chat with me. Please let me know. Do y'all know which vocalist was the opener here? So we have Mike D, Ad Rock, and MCA. I'm calling them by the names that I think they prefer. So I've read that each of them has a distinctive style, but I don't know enough about Beastie Boys yet to understand which one is which style. And obviously, they don't have like a vocal melody that is easy for me to identify a particular range or weight in the voice. I'd love to know which one this was. It was interesting that I think it was just on the word sabotage that we get all of them finally. I think. Oh my God, it's summer run. I'm telling you, it's sabotage. That's what it sounds like. Whoa. I gotta talk about those sounds. It's like squeaky sounds. They use so many sounds in really fun ways. And I remember this particularly from Intergalactic. It feels sometimes like the sounds and the way they produce them are talking. It's almost like my like the babble that my 2-year-old gives us, probably influenced by this when I'm not around, because I'm sure my husband plays this when I'm not around for him, but I need to be able to play it too. So let's keep going. Oh, it's an operation. It's like a sting. Ooh, splish splash. I just wanted to come back one more time. The sound is so cool. There's, again, so talkative. It makes you, well, it makes me, who likes making weird noises, makes me want to make these noises along with the sound, but it feels engaging. Sometimes music feels like something you just want to listen to, and sometimes it feels like something you want to be a part of, right? I like music usually more when I want to be a part of it, unless I'm going for background music. In that case, please don't put something on that I want to be a part of, because I will not be able to carry on a conversation. I like that. Honestly, that reminds me slightly of the different noises I was trying to achieve on a rubber chicken recently. Yes, this is the rubber chicken indeed that we received at the Blackbriar concert in New York. If you saw those shenanigans, you know what I'm talking about. I have a rubber chicken that I treasure dearly. In fact, I believe you can see it up there, just the head of it. Yeah, it's there right now. It's right there. It's a little bit blurry in the background, but it makes fantastic noises, which I like to try to make somewhat musical and conversational. And anyhow, this is a total sidetrack just to say that anything can make music. And I challenge you to find something in your house that can approximate this particular noise. This is so confusing. I was hoping that I would have some information about which of these characters were which Beastie Boy, but instead we have Vic Colfari as Bobby the Rookie, and I'm looking over here and I'm like, no, that's not Michael Diamond, that's not Adam Horovitz, that's not Adam Yauch, or any of the other names that have been given. So many names, and not the ones that I was looking for. I hope that there was a moment when this particular Beastie Boy said, I really want to do that thing where you slide across the front of a car hood. And then he was like, yeah, that's the best I got right here. It's like, yeah, off the stairs, through the car hood. Sorry, I know I'm sopping a lot, but y'all, donuts. Like, you got to understand, right now, I am 4 months pregnant, and donuts just sound so good. But I shouldn't eat too many of them, because it's probably not so good for a baby's brain development, which is like crucial right now. But donuts, the conflict is real. Oh, and LA donuts. Oh my gosh. LA has the best donuts. It's true. This is probably where this thing of cops needing donuts comes from, because so many of the cop movies are set in LA. You're like, well, yeah, but it really is truly every person in LA just wants donuts because they're so good. total aside. Ooh. Sorry. His mustache. That was really fun to hear the almost like imitation of a siren that's happening in at least two different voices that are harmonizing essentially on the way down. Might be all three. There's even another siren sound in the background. Wow, 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 wow. Right there. Nice. They did such a good job of positioning those voices. So the background growing voices were directly right and directly left. And then it was leaving space for your main vocal to come back in the center. It really built it up nicely, gave a feeling of a bigger landscape, and I think helped to split the voices up in my head a lot better. Wow, that sounded like I'm super crazy. Probably true. But I was just really talking about the voices in my headphones, not just my head. See, right, left. Yeah, this reminds me so much of Rage Against the Machine. Just a more lighthearted, fun version, but it does feel a little bit heavier than Intergalactic for sure, right? Of course, the whole theme here is sabotage, and sabotage is always going to be a heavy thing, but when you add a hilarious cop film with it, it can't feel too serious. But I think that both bands have really good grooves that they hit, right? And they're mainly centered around some form of rapping, which I need to get a lot deeper into. Let's be real. There are other channels out there that are specifically rappers analyzing rap, and they've got some good stuff. I'm hoping at some point we'll do some sort of partnership with one of those channels so that I can learn from some of those masters out there. I can talk a lot about voice. I can talk a lot about voice science and how it's produced, but there are finer edges to rapping than I can begin to comprehend right now. I hope to learn a lot more. That being said, I do think that there is an aggressive edge here. There's a presence to the voice all the time, and a certain, there's a more elongated melodic quality that we're hearing, where we actually do have a definitive pitch and often something that is a much more long vowel than is held out in some different types of rapping. So it gets really close at times to singing, but not quite. For screening purposes only. And that's actually a great bit to analyze vocally. So we're going to go over that a couple more times. I think when I say it sounds aggressive or that there's an edge to it, I think we need to break that down further and say, well, what makes it sound aggressive? Like what fundamentally is an aggressive sound to our ears? One of the things that we'll often perceive as being more aggressive is simply a raising in pitch. This voice, I'm guessing it's Mike D, because he's the first person I see listed here. So maybe does more lead vocals, but I'm totally, possibly, might be in the wrong. Okay, but the voice is maintaining a higher pitch than would normally be spoken in. And there's an energy level that's necessary to maintain that as well. So we tend to perceive higher pitches as being more aggressive, more forceful. They take more energy to create. That doesn't mean that low notes don't need support as well. It's just a different type of support, and they're often perceived as a little bit more comforting. Another thing is that there's a little bit of, it's almost like an overdrive in the sound. I love the way there's actually a Brazilian school of vocal distortion, or a Brazilian way of talking about vocal distortion that calls them vocal drives, where when you get a little bit of edge, a little rattle, even a little disturbance in the sound, that's kind of a thing that's a little extra noise on top. It'll be called a drive sometimes. I think about in music production, like overdriving the sound, you start to get a little noise sometimes introduced to it. And that particular, anytime we start to get into distortion of this nature, we might associate that more like a growl from an animal, which I think growls are another really good way to describe that kind of sound as well. So we might associate that as like a warning sign, evolutionary wise, that says, hey, back away, or I'm going to be real, real mad here. So those two things, the pitch and the little bit of distortion that's in the sound, then add to that just the level of dynamic. Anytime that something is louder, we're usually going to perceive that as more aggressive. It's more like shouting, elongated shouting, right? But it's more shouty than whispery. Yeah, we might associate whispers as being super dangerous, depending on context, but aggressive, we're usually going to associate that to have a higher volume. So I would point at those three things in particular as why this sound is aggressive. Let's go back just a little more. There's a great plot in this movie. Oh! Is that done? Oh, I thought we still had quite a bit. Whoa, that was way too soon. I really wanted this to be longer. I wanted to dig more into the story of the video as well. But boy, for first time listen through, having this really cool video that looked like it had fun twists and things like that in the story, having that and the vocals and the music with really cool conversational, engaging sounds to analyze, it's honestly just too much to take in the first time, which is why I want to watch it again. I bet y'all feel me on that. That's probably why you said this one. You've probably watched it over and over and over. And if you want to see some more analysis videos of songs that I've watched over and over and over, check out this playlist over here. May you fall more in love with music every day.